respected madam, and my dear friends. The topic for my presentation is cardiovascular morbidities in COPD. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, as predicted by the WHO, will be the third leading cause of death and the fifth leading cause of disability globally by 2020. Why I took chronic obstructive pulmonary disease as my field of research is because while all the other chronic causes of death are showing a declining trend, COPD continues to increase. And the fact is that 1/4 of the death in COPD is due to cardiovascular causes. But these vascular complications in COPD are often under-recognized, less evaluated and misinterpreted as COPD exacerbation, which leads to the mortality associated with the condition. This is just a graph to show that while all the other causes of death are showing a declining trend, though this is taken from the US, this applies to the developing world like India too. The objectives of my study was to assess the prevalence of cardiovascular morbidities in patients with a diagnosis of COPD and also to outline the clinical pattern of such events. The study was conducted in the Department of Pulmonary Medicine in a tertiary care center over a period of 1 year. The patients who presented to the department with cough, dyspnea and or chest pain were evaluated. Those with pre-existing cardiovascular disease before smoking habit initiation and those with diabetes mellitus were excluded from the study because, as we all know, diabetes is yet another condition which can produce similar cardiovascular events. The diagnosis of COPD was established in these patients by spirometry as per the Global Initiative for Obstructive Lung Disease criteria. ECG, chest radiograph, hematological and metabolic profile were done in all patients, and echocardiography and CT scan of the chest were done in patients where chamber hypertrophy was suspected. The results of my study were, in all, 110 patients were evaluated, which included 108 males and 2 females. As has been noted elsewhere in the world, majority of my patients were heavy smokers, and majority of my patients were above the age of 60 years, which can be explained by the fact that COPD itself presents in a later age group, and most of our patients presents only in the stages 3 and 4 of the disease. In my study, around 45% of cardiovascular involvement was seen in patients diagnosed with COPD, and 51% of the patients in my study were more than the age of 60 years. This is the second part of the research question, that is to outline the clinical pattern of the events seen in such patients. The most common was found to be hypertension, with a total of 20% of the patients being involved, followed by ischemic heart disease, which involved around 13% of the people, followed by right ventricular hypertrophy, involving double the number of patients as left ventricular hypertrophy. Also, there were bundle branch blocks which were seen, which could be explained by the fact that there could be involvement in the arteries which are supplying the conducting system of the heart, and 2% of the patients also had peripheral vascular disease. These are the representative chest radiographs of the patients included in my study. The first one shows a classical COPD patient with a hyperinflation of the lung, a tubular heart, the diaphragm pushed downwards, as well as increased rib margins, rib spaces. And the second is another patient who was diagnosed with COPD, but in contrast to the first, here we find that there is an enlarged cardiac cillet as well as pulmonary vascular congestion, which indicates a cardiovascular involvement. This was another patient who presented to our department with chest pain. This is a 32-year-old male with a diagnosis of COPD, but here on ECG we find that the cause of chest pain was not an acute exacerbation, but a non-ST elevation, myocardial infarction. And this was another patient where the prominent P waves can be seen, indicating a right atrial hypertrophy. So, the link between cardiovascular diseases and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is as a result of the complex interaction that exists between the genetic and environmental factors, which induces systemic inflammation and atherosclerosis, leading to the vascular events. We find that lung inflammation, whether acute or chronic, can result in the release of various kinds of inflammatory mediators mediators, with the tumor necrosis factor alpha being the most stressed one, which leads to the release of C-reactive protein, which can lead to the development of progressive atherosclerosis, as well as certain coagulation abnormalities that leads to the cardiovascular events. The future perspectives of my study is to encourage the cessation of smoking among our patients, because smoking has been found to be the most important risk factor for the development of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease as well as its cardiovascular complications. And all patients who have a history of smoking, or in those where the diagnosis of COPD has been established, must be evaluated for their cardiovascular status as well. The concurrent management of both the conditions should be practiced, and this can effectively reduce the mortality that is associated with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So the take-home message for my study is, the cardiovascular involvement is the commonest comorbidity associated with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. A good percentage of deaths is due to ischemic heart disease, as was observed in the present study also, and both these conditions should be managed concurrently, ensuring a reduction in mortality and morbidity. Thank you.